Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a little while since we saw you last time. We just wanted to check in to see how everyone is going with their starter. Okay, so everyone at this point should be a week or so into your starter's growth. We want to keep feeding that, as the instructions in the other videos were saying, twice a day to keep building up that activity of the starter. Okay, we want to see how you guys are going. Please, if you have any questions, any troubles, just pop your questions in the comment section below and we'll definitely answer them all for you and help you out. That's no problems. In the meantime, we're going to talk about what the next steps are, because obviously we're spending all this time creating this beautiful bubbly sourdough starter. How do we make bread with it? Okay, we're going to answer that question next week. In about a week's time, we'll be posting another video where we're going to actually give you a recipe of how to make a beautiful sourdough bread with it, with a little bit of whole wheat flour in it. So, in the meantime, what we need to make sure is that our starter is being fed twice daily, okay? And then by next Thursday, which is the day we're going to post the video, that you actually have enough starter to make that recipe, but then also have a little bit left over so that you can continue feeding your starter so you can have more to make bread in the future. So to do that, I guess that begs the question of how do I actually feed my starter so that we build the volume, okay, the overall volume of the starter. So I've got a little bit of an instruction here for you. You can see here 30 flour, 15 starter, 30 water, okay? That's the current feeding routine that we are undergoing, okay? And what this tells us is that our starter is 100% hydrated, okay? And all that means is that there is the same amount of flour in our starter as there is water. Okay, in the recipe you can see that it's actually 1 part starter to 2 parts flour, 2 parts water, 15, 30, 30, yeah? 1 part to 2 part to 2 part, okay? Now if we need to feed our starter to actually build the volume of our overall starter weight, we can simply do that by following that exact same ratio, but just doubling up the amounts of the ingredients. So just underneath, what I've done is I've just simply doubled the volume of the ingredients. So instead of 30 grams of flour, I've done 60 grams of flour. Instead of 15 grams of starter, I've done 30 grams of starter. And of course, instead of 30 grams of water, I've done 60 grams of water. So still the exact same ratio, which means it's going to work, and we're going to end up with the same hydration, the same ratio in our starter, okay? But we've just got now double the volume, okay? So as it stands at the moment, your starter 30 plus 30 plus 15 means in your jar you've got 75 grams of starter overall, okay? If you do the doubled up recipe here, 60 plus 60 plus 30, that's 150, okay? So you'll have double the amount, and then you could also use the next one over to double that up again, okay, depending on the amount of starter. Now next Thursday, the recipe that we are going to do is going to need you to have 112 grams, 112 grams of sourdough starter to go into the bread recipe. So for the time being, over the next 5 or 6 days, continue feeding your starter the exact same way, 30, 15, 30, okay? But then by next Tuesday or Wednesday, you need to start feeding your starter with this amount here, which is 60 grams of flour, 30 grams of starter, 60 grams of water, okay? Depending on the size of your jar, you may need to transfer your starter into a larger jar or whatever larger vessel you have to keep it in, because it might be a little bit too small by the time you start this larger quantity, okay? And once we do that, when you end up with this total of 150 grams of starter from the other feeding recipe, we're going to then have enough to go into our sourdough bread recipe, okay, but also have some left over to continue the feeding of our starter so it can go on forever, okay? Just like ours, this year we're actually celebrating our 25-year anniversary, so our starter is 25 years old this year, which we're really proud of, and we can't wait to celebrate that. We've got some surprise products coming out this year that we're going to show you very, very shortly, okay? But everyone, good luck. Keep it going. As I said, put all your questions for all that troubleshooting that you need down in the comment section below, and we'll get back to you very shortly with some answers. And I just can't wait to be baking with you. See you later. Bye-bye.